Hey ghouls and goblins, it is the witching hour to the finale. So today and tomorrow are going to be the last videos, and I did this cute little trick-or-treat bag embellishment box. I don't know. The spine is inspired by Bambi Deer, but everything else is nothing that you haven't seen before, but just a fun little trick-or-treat touch. So let's do this. We're going to start off with 2 pieces of 6x6 chipboard. You can use cereal box or anything that's a little bit heavy to go ahead and have a sturdy base. So I'm going to remove my score tape that I already had applied. And I'm going to add it to my pattern paper, which I cut to 7x7. Now, if you want to use your cardstock and then mat on your paper, you are more than welcome to. There is no rules to the game, but I want to go ahead and use up my collection, so I'm going to mat it onto my pattern paper. So once I do that, I am going to prep my edges by folding it over on all 4 sides, and then I'm going to add my score tape and then apply it on there. You guys seen me do this before. Now that I have those, I'm going to take 3 strips that measure 1.5 by 4, and I'm going to apply these as evenly divided as possible to both my pieces. So I'm going to utilize my mat that I have on my desk to help me try to space it out as well as I could, and just, I eyeballed it. If you want to be a perfectionist and actually map out the spaces, you can, but I do have it maybe about 1/2 inch from the top, and then I'm just kind of going to space it out the best way I can, and I'm going to keep it about 1/2 inch from the bottom as well. Now, these next parts are going to be totally optional. I'm just going to add a little trick-or-treat bag flair, and I have some pieces that are 2x6, and I'm using my zigzag scissors to cut off the top, because you know how, like, the old school trick-or-treat bags, so you have like the little zigzag topping on there. And so I'm going to add some ATG tape on to a portion of my little strip, and then I'm going to add it onto the top part right where I stopped to tape. I'm going to add that to the top part of my little bookie here, and I'm going to do that on both ends. Now once I do that, I'm going to take 2 pieces that are 1 by 12, and I'm going to fold it outwards and then fold in that top portion to create my handle, and I'm kind of keeping it inside of where I have my folded over portion of my pattern paper, that green portion. So I'm kind of trying to keep it inside of there. I'm letting that be my guide of how wide I want my strap to be, and then I'm going to repeat it for the other side. I'm going to line it up with the one I had just put, and I'm going to try to have it be the same width wise, and then go ahead and apply it to the other side. Once you get those pieces out, you can go ahead and mat the inside of your book. I strongly suggest doing all the extras that I did do beforehand before matting it on, because you want to hide it, and plus you want to give it some stability underneath that matting piece. Now we're going to do the box portion. You're going to need 2 of these, and we're going to go ahead and crease on those score lines. And then what we are going to do is we're going to grab our scissor, and we are going to release those little square flaps that we have on the side there. We're not removing anything. You're just going to cut up to the score line to release the flaps. And then I'm going to use my handy dandy hot glue gun. We are going to fold in those middle flaps, and we are going to fold it up towards the long part of the rectangle, and we're going to do that on both ends. And then those last 2 little flappies, the little squares, we're going to fold those inward, so that it creates like this weird type of half-shaped box ordeal. Now, once you get that, you can go ahead and apply it inside of your little book here. And these are 1 inch deep, so you can add a good amount of goodies, especially on both sides. And really, that's all it is to that. Now, you can go ahead and do your binding system however you like. I'm not going to do mine right away because I will be adding a shaker portion to my cover, so I want to get that done first. But I just cut out a scrap piece. I really didn't measure it. I just cut out a scrap piece to see how far it goes and how well I liked it. But again, you can use ribbon, you can use some type of tying apparatus, whatever that you choose. And then this is what I came up with. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, bye.